Okay, welcome everyone to our webinar about the May 12th through 22nd, 2022 Canada Trading in beautiful Banff. And I'm going to introduce you to our panelists. I'm Dr. Patricia Crane. I was privileged to study with Louise personally, and I'll tell you a little more about that in a few minutes. Also, we encourage you to stay with us until the end because there will be a special discount offered to you. I'd like to start out, as we always do, with a wonderful reading from our favorite author, You Can Heal Your Life. This is my second, well, I have many more books, but my first one actually fell apart. And it's held together with the rubber band because I've used it so much. So I've had to go to another one. All right, I'm going to invite you to just take a nice deep breath, relax, and take in these wise words from Louise. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I support myself and life supports me. I see evidence of the law working all around me and in every area of my life. I reinforce that which I learn in joyous ways. My day begins and ends with gratitude. I look forward with enthusiasm to the adventures of the day and the adventures of this year, new year, knowing that in my life, all is good. I love who I am and all that I do. I am the living, loving, joyous expression of life. All is well in my world. And so it is. And I know Louise's words always inspire me, even after all these years that I've been working with it. And she has such great wisdom. So we thank you for being interested in the Heal Your Life training. You're going to learn all about it today. And I want to introduce our panelists. Okay, we have Victoria Johnson. And Victoria, she is the Canada teacher trainer for Canada. And she's been with us for a number of years, since 2012. She's enthusiastic, and her trainees just know that she supports them afterwards and is such a great, not only trainer, but support afterwards. We don't wave you out the door at the end of the training and say, go ahead, have a nice life. We're really committed to the training and to sharing Louise's work as widely as possible because we know that it is so healing individually and on every level. And so we provide you with a lot of support afterwards. We also have Merlene Hodgson, and Merlene is from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and wave, Merlene. I know okay, and you are an assistant. You've been the Heal Your Life workshop leader and coach for quite a while, and you assist Victoria in the trainings. And we also have Trish Bowie, who's also from Alberta in Pinocchio. Did I say that right?
No.
Okay, Canada, and it's really cold in Canada right now. And Trish has done the workshop leader, coach, team training, and our business training. So she's really immersed herself in the training as well. And Victoria is also one of the business trainers. And then we also have joining us is Christy Dixon. And Christy is the amazing admin that works with us and keeps me sane. And when people take the training and license with us, you will definitely get to know Christy afterwards. So I want to welcome all of you who are on the webinar to our information today, and also thank all our panelists for being with us together. So just a little bit about the training itself. I found You Can Heal Your Life probably in 1984 when it was first published. I'm sure I was one of the first people to buy it. And I was also already working with affirmations. I met Louise at a breakfast meeting a couple of years later, and I almost didn't go to the meeting because it was at 6:30 in the morning. And my friend who called me about it said, you know, there's this early morning breakfast meeting with some holistic health woman. And I said, I'm not getting up dressed and coherent for anyone at 6:30 in the morning. So she called me back and she said, it's Louise Hay. I went, oh my goodness, I am there, I'm there, I'm there. And I got on the mailing list with Louise, went to the first intensive that she had ever led. The second one I went to, and then she asked me to be on staff for the intensives. And those were absolutely amazing, amazing times of transformation with people from around the world. Then Louise was on the Oprah Winfrey Show toward the end of that time. And of course, you can imagine what happens when somebody's on Oprah Winfrey, right? There are lots and lots of phone calls, and Hay House was just so busy. Louise called myself and a couple of others who'd been working with her and said, how would you like to lead my 2-day workshop? Now, the 2-day workshop, and Victoria is going to tell you a little more about that, is Louise's signature workshop that she created that has now been experienced by thousands and thousands of people worldwide. And just in that weekend, there's amazing transformation. So of course, I was thrilled to be able to lead that workshop. Hay House sent myself and a couple of others to different places. And one of the places I ended up in was the United Kingdom. And it was while I was there that people came and said to me, you know, the workshop has changed our lives so much over and above the book. Could you ask Louise for a training program? Well, I'd never thought of a training program. I called Louise when I got back to the US and I said, people want a training program. And Louise thought about it for a moment. She was very good with decisions. And she went, okay. And then she worked with me on the format and what would be included in the training. And it's still very similar with some upgrades and updates since I worked with her. But that's the background. And it evolved to the point where we absolutely needed trainers in other countries. And so I'm just so thrilled that Victoria is our trainer in Canada. She's done a magnificent job with her students. And in fact, my husband and I were there with her and Marlene back in October in her training in Banff this year. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. If you've never heard of Banff or never been there, it is a phenomenal destination. And so it's a perfect place to do a training. The hotel is beautiful. The food was wonderful, which is always important. And the training was amazing. So I really encourage you to really commit and think in your heart about going to the Banff one in May. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over to Victoria. And again, she's been with us since 2012, leading lots of workshops, coaching lots of people, and authorized as a trainer in 2017. So she's going to tell you a little more about just how the work benefited her. And we'll go into the training a little bit later, but you know, just leading the training and also having the workshops and coaching, how that's benefited her. Okay, Victoria.
Thank you. Well, first I'll share a little bit about how it affected me personally. And I want to say that when I first found the Louise Hay work, the Heal Your Life work, I felt like I found a home and a place where it was okay to learn to love myself, and that it was encouraged and I was taught how. And then, you know, with loving myself, of course, it increased self-esteem, increased self-worth. And I was also able to love others in a more healthy way and really learn to be who I wanted to be and to just let that authentic light shine through. So I was incredibly grateful for that. And then in 2012, I began taking workshops took the training to be able to teach the workshops. And that has been just an incredible miracle in my life. Not only from a business point of view, of course, the Heal Your Life workshop teachers and the Heal Your Life coaches, they often add this work to an existing business, or they have it as a business all on their own. And so from a business point of view, it was wonderful, but also from being able to witness the transformation in other people. That is my absolute favorite thing, is to know, I think we all want this. We all want to know that we're making a difference in other people's lives. And everything in the Heal Your Life workshops is laid out step by step. So way back in 2012, I just followed the directions and led people through the program. And then through the coaching as well, it's been incredibly rewarding to work with people towards their goals and to be able to see them really grow and flourish and live the lives that they want to live as well. So it's been a wonderful experience. And now as the trainer for the last several years, I have to say I will gladly work 50 weeks of the year to have that 2 weeks as the trainer. It is just the most incredible experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what happens is, you know, people come in from all walks of life and different levels of personal growth. And some people, you know, have been following Louise's work for a few months, and some people for 25 years. And we all get in this same room and we find out that fundamentally we're all the same, and that we all are working towards the same goals. And just that evolution from day one to the end is incredible in people. And then after that, watching them grow their business and be able to help other people and help themselves at the same time is just a fantastic opportunity for which I will be forever grateful.
Great. Well, and you're also saying something really important about being together in the same room, because I know we've been asked to do the training virtually, and we have made a commitment to do it in person because it's so in depth with Louise's work that, quite honestly, there's no way we could do it virtually. And that would betray, I think, the real integrity of her work. So we've maintained the training in person, and we're thrilled that they are able to start being in person again. However, at the training, with all the materials that you get, we have adapted a number of those shorter workshops to be online. So you will have a choice after the training to do work online or in person, depending on what you would like to do. So, we've been able to do that. But again, the training itself remains in person because it's so amazing. And I know one of our other trainers was doing a workshop online the other day, and he wrote to us and he said, I'm so thrilled to be back in person, because you just feel that connection and you feel that energy of the group.
Yeah.
So it's really quite amazing. I'm going to go to Merlene next. And Merlene, if you could just tell us more a little bit about your experience with leading workshops and coaching, and then actually being an assistant at the training, not only taking the training, but being an assistant as well.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you a little bit of why I got interested in the work with Louise Hay. And it came about with understanding that our thoughts produce our health. And these days, health is paramount in all of our minds and worldwide. Disease, it presents in a lot of different fashions. And I think instinctively as a young person, and I was really sickly as a child and as an early adult, I understood that when I got upset about things or when I wasn't thinking properly, I got sick. And so it led me to discovering, avenues on how to rectify that. And one of the first books in the Louise Hay family that I read was a Wayne Dyer book. And I was just so interested because, as Victoria said, it puts a label, it puts an understanding to what you instinctively knew, and how your thoughts and cognitions really affect the patterns and the behavior of your life and eventually your health. So that's where I came from. And I worked in headache research and used a lot of the strategies and a lot of the thoughts and things that Louise teaches for people with chronic pain. That was really rewarding. And then I worked in the corporate environment, and I tried to assist them to understand that they were a lot more than their business attitudes and responses. They were, they had feelings and emotions too, and how that all interacted with one another. When I went to the training, I was in a position where I thought that I was going to have lots of time to do lots of the trainings, but I actually haven't done a whole lot of personal trainings by myself, but I have coupled with many others to do it. I love working with Victoria. Victoria and I have a communion with each other, and an understanding of how we both came to the work. And it's just so easy to see how, as she mentioned, the transformation occurs in the room, and from the first day to the last, it's just so powerful, so rewarding, so expanding. And I'm just, I never want to miss one. I just love working with it. So that's me. And I'm really excited about the workshop in May.
Thank you. Great. And one of the things that we hear all the time is that at the end of the week, everyone feels like they found a new family. Yes. And that family is a family of unconditional love and acceptance. And they feel like people have heard their stories, have heard their issues, and just love them unconditionally. So, and that's the power of Louise's work. And that's what she teaches. The foundation is loving yourself. But loving yourself also means, as Victoria said earlier, about loving other people. And so it's a very amazing transformation. And the other thing we hear a lot is, well, two other things. One is that even people who have been using Louise's work for a long time are amazed at the depth they go to and the transformation they have. And the other thing we hear a lot when people go home is their friends and family and coworkers are saying, you look 10 years younger. So, I mean, maybe we could market this as a, a youth, a youthing program as well. But really, we do. We hear that a lot because people have let go of so much of their old baggage and their old fears and their old stresses that they really do look a lot younger. Okay. So I'm actually going to go to Trish next. And again, Trish, you've done all the four programs that we have: workshop leader, coach, teen training, and the business program. And you also have done some unusual workshops. And so I'd like you to just do a little sharing about your experience with the training and then leading the workshops afterwards.
Excuse me. My experience with the training has been phenomenal. I took Heal Your Life training with Victoria in 2012, and I just absolutely ran with it. I started teaching lots of two-day or facilitating two-day workshops. And like you say, you get to see people transform before your eyes. And there's nothing more rewarding to know that you've been a part of that you've been the guide to help people. And the way everything is set up with the Heal Your Life is so simple. As a coach and as a facilitator, it's so easy to be able to do. It's not scary. So I really love that about it. And I love the fact you took all the hard work out of it for us by creating both you, Patricia, and Victoria, because I've been present at both of your trainings. So it just takes the hard work out of it for the people that are facilitating. What was the other question?
Well, you led a very unusual workshop in a prison.
Actually, I did it with prisoners, some ex-prisoners, and I've worked with men, I've worked with couples, families, all sorts of different situations, and troubled teens as well. So it is unusual. And the men, it was absolutely amazing working with them to really find out that they are hurting just as bad as anybody else. And so often men are overlooked, I find. And we have lots and lots out there for women, but we don't always have lots for men. So I felt really blessed to spend that time with the man and to see how emotional they were and how deep they went within themselves. And just to know, and they said it, they just said that we need this as men, we need to have these programs.
Yeah. Well, and you as the facilitator created that energy that allowed them to open up.
Yeah.
So I think that's phenomenal as well. And what Trish is also, showing is that there's such a wide range of where you can do the Heal Your Life workshops, all kinds of populations. And so we really encourage people to get out there with, wherever they want to teach. And it's very exciting to see that it goes to different populations, such as the one that you were working with as well. Christy, go ahead and put up the training website and Victoria's phone number if you've got that. And then I'm going to go back to Victoria to talk more about the training week itself. And just to say also for this training in Canada, May 12th through the 22nd, it is actually a combination of the workshop leader and coach training. So you actually leave with all the materials, all the skills you need for a new business, if that's what you're looking for. And the program started out as workshop leader only because that's what people were asking for. And then gradually it became clear that we needed a coach component as well, because people were saying to me, hey, I need to know how to work with people individually. So there was the official coach training that started in 2008. Many of the trainers still do those 2 weeks separately, and Victoria has decided to combine them. And that is, again, a powerful 10 to 11 days. And you leave with all those skills for doing the combination. And just personally, I found that the combination of the workshops and the coaching did enable me to create a full-time business, because people from the workshops wanted to be coached, and people who came into coaching, wanted to come to workshops. So it's a really powerful combination for you to be able to offer. So Victoria, why don't you tell us more about the Workshop Leader Week, 10 days together?
I sure will. So in the past, I had taught 1 week workshop teacher. Then I took a 2-day break, and then we did the 1 week Heal Your Life coach. And so last year, for the first time, I decided to put part of the training online, the things that we could cover online. So just going through some of the basic history of coaching, that type of thing, we covered online prior to the training. Then we get together for those 10 days. And then there's a post-training component as well, where I meet with the group weekly, and we start going through the information in real life scenarios with real life questions as things come up for people. We also did a bonus hour of marketing each one of those weeks as well, and continue to meet monthly. Now, for those 10 days, let me just say, we start off with our opening circle, which is a wonderful time of just getting to know each other. And then we have a welcoming dinner, again, where we get to know each other and are prepared for the next 2 days. The next 2 days, I take you through an actual Heal Your Life workshop with you as the participant. So you take your trainee hat off and you put on your workshop participant hat for those 2 days. And let me tell you, no matter where you're at in your spiritual growth and personal development right now, these 2 days you will never forget. And they are incredibly life-changing. And being in this room with like-minded people going through the experience is such a safe and healing place that it is just a wonderful experience for everyone. Then we go through reviewing the material for up to 14 different workshops, different lengths from 1 hour, 3 hour, 1 day, 2-day workshops, and how to put them all together. We work in small groups, we work individually, we work as pairs, and I integrate the coach training into that 10-day period as well. So what I'm saying is you're not sitting in a classroom setting from 9 to 5. Because I seriously don't even want to hear myself talk that much, and I can guarantee you probably wouldn't like it either. So what I do is I integrate the coach training. We integrate these personal growth exercises into the actual training of how to be a workshop teacher and how to be a coach. We use the beautiful surroundings that we are in nature. We're a half a block from the river, and I've got to tell you, we just had the most amazing experiences down at that river in the training components added in, combined with nature. And life has been very good to us at that training. And so I know that it will be the same for the 2022 training. We wrap things up with understanding ourselves more and our personality and our communication tendencies and how to communicate more effectively with other people. And then we have your graduation. So we have a beautiful closing circle, and we celebrate your graduation again with another dinner and really celebrate you as you launch your new career as a Heal Your Life workshop teacher and Heal Your Life coach.
Great, thank you. And one of the things that Louise always said is the only person you ever need to work on is yourself. Now, if you're in a relationship with the partner, you're probably somewhat annoyed about that, because it's easy to say that person needs to change, not me, or friend or whatever. But what she really means about that is that the deeper we go in our own understanding of our old patterns and release them and be able to transform, the more we're able to help other people. And so that's why the component of personal growth is so strong in the training, along with your professional training, because we want you to go deeper in your own understanding to be able to help others. And again, it is a powerful combination process that way. So I'd like to ask Christy, who is our main admin, but she has also done the training, and just to talk a little bit about her experience with the training and how it's helped her in her life.
Hi, well, I took the training with Victoria in 2018, and I had been to numerous trainings prior to that as the administrative assistant at the trainings with Patricia. And I had stepped in several times to do exercises and to help out. But in 2018 is when I got to fully immerse myself as a participant, and that was at Victoria's training. And I have to say, it was just a phenomenal process. I was so grateful to be there. Victoria was an amazing leader, and so much. I mean, I had, like I said, I had already been to several trainings and I had already done several exercises, and so much had already expanded for me. Um, but being fully immersed in it like that, and being fully involved with the other participants as like family members, it was just the most incredible experience. And I feel so grateful that I got to do that. And it has it continues to change my life. It's not like a static sort of thing where I went for a week and then I came home and that was the end of it. It's a never ending kind of process where you continue to learn about yourself, and you continue to learn about how you work within the world, and how the world works around you, and your ability to converse with it all. And it's just an amazing week. And I have led a few workshops. I'm very busy as admin for the company itself, but I have done our learning portal, which actually we haven't talked about and is pretty fantastic. And this is an online learning portal that we have set up. It's so professional, for your students, for your own participants, and you can lead them through that. And I've done that a couple of times, and it's so rewarding to be on the other end of it as well, to not be a participant, but to be the teacher, to be the coach. And I have taken all of the trainings. I've taken the coach training then as well, which I took with Patricia fully as a participant. I took the managing with heart and mind fully as a participant, and that was also amazing. And then when you get out there to lead the workshops, to do the coaching, to really change other people's lives, it's just a phenomenal feeling, and you're very well prepared for it. And that's probably one of the best things I can say about our training, is that you leave prepared, you have scripts, and you are able to really go out there and immediately start changing lives.
Yeah, great. And I really want to follow up on that, Christy, because I have been asked at times, now you took the 1 week workshop leader training before Victoria was doing the combination, but people have asked me in the past, well, how can you do everything in a week or 10 days or whatever? And here's why, because we actually ask that people are, and we do a little evaluation or a little application beforehand, that we don't take people who just found Louise's book last month and call and say, oh, this is great, I love it. Because we want people who are already familiar with Louise's work and using the techniques in their own lives, and feeling passionate about sharing it with others. So, we have people who are already experienced coming to the trainings and taking them deeper, and then providing, the materials to them. And so that's why we can do it in this period of time, plus all the follow-up that we have. And so not only do myself and Christy and my husband, Rick, we do follow up for the entire Heal Your Life worldwide community, but Victoria does a great job with all her individual trainings, and so do the other trainers as well. And, again, you're getting a lot of support afterwards, because we're really committed to this. Louise's work has transformed our lives, thousands and thousands of other people. Her book sold 55 million copies worldwide now. I think it's been translated into something like 30 or 32 languages. So we know how powerful it is across cultures. And that's another really important part of it, and how important it is across cultures. So we invite you to come to the training. We know that it's going to be fabulous. And I'm going to go back to Victoria now for just some more information about it, about the discount that you're offering, and anything else you want to share right now, the practical parts about the cost, etc.
Sure.
And yes, we will be sending out a recording, somebody asked.
Yes, the recording is wonderful to have as well to go back and refer to. And let me just say, if you do have questions, just go ahead and email me.
Yeah.
It's healyourlifecoach@gmail.com. And what I do is I'll set up a time for us to have a one-on-one Zoom call so that we can just chat, get to know each other, and you can ask any further questions that you have there as well. I love what you said about it being cross-cultural, this training as well. In the 2022 training, we already have people from India, Iceland, the US, all over the place coming for the training. And we love that. We love that international flavor as well. And I want to say that the learning portal, Christy mentioned the learning portal. Something that I offer as a gift to you is to take you through that process. And so that is, once you register, we go through the welcome package together and so on. We go through the learning portal together individually and as a group so that you're familiar with it at the training. And then I do spend time on it at the training as well to make sure that if you wanted to go ahead and start using it the day after your training with your clients, you'd be able to do that. You'd be equipped. So either online or in person. So just to talk a little bit about the price is $74.97 Canadian dollars. So 7,497 Canadian dollars. And that does include your hotel. So 10 nights accommodations, 2 dinners, all of your breakfasts, all of your lunches, and they are yummy.
They are.
I may have eaten an extra dessert or 2 at the last training. Let me say, they're just that good. And the facilities are absolutely phenomenal. The conference room has beautiful mountain views and these gorgeous high ceilings, and a person just feels really supported and safe in that environment. It's very private as well. And with that training, you also get, someone mentioned the scripts. You could literally read word for word from those manuals. That's how in-depth those scripts are. And so you have everything you need to get started. Plus, I'm always a phone call, a text, a email away to help you out as well. And all of that training that we get in that time, I do want to mention, people sometimes ask me, can I stay at my friend's house who lives in Banff or something like that? And I do want to say we keep you together as a group for a reason. We have that group energy. We want you to be, as Christy said, fully immersed into the training, not thinking about laundry or the needs of your children or whatever it might be. This is your time and you absolutely deserve it. And, you know, some people take the training just for their own personal growth. And that's great too. It's just an incredible opportunity. It's an experience in your life that you will never forget. And people tell me all the time that they have taken many different trainings from many different influential leaders like Louise, and that they just absolutely love this training, that it's a wonderful experience for them.
That's great. Okay, thank you. And I want to say too, for those of you who are joining us for the webinar, if you are on Facebook, we do have an open group called Heal Your Life Worldwide. There's about 4,000 people in that one right now, Heal Your Life Worldwide. There's another page too, but that one you can't join. So join the group, and some of our workshop leaders do post on there. So that's a good place for you to look to see what might be coming up. If there's something that's online, you could join it. So do that. And also, I know that people sign up for the webinar from different places. If you're on our mailing list from healyourlifetraining.com, then you will absolutely get the recording. If you signed up from somewhere else, you may not get the recording, but you can always email Victoria for it, because she'll be getting it by tomorrow morning, and ask her for it. And you can also just sign up for our information. We have full information on healyourlifetraining.com. I also send out affirmations from Louise every Monday for the week. And that's been very popular from her Trust Life book. And that's become, let's see, do I have that one? Yep, I do. I have that one. Louise's Trust Life book is 365 days with an affirmation and a saying, you know, from her every day. And I love this book. Her meditations to heal your life are also great, but this has become my favorite, and I use it every single day. And again, I send out the affirmations that are in there for each week every Monday. So if you're not on the Heal Your Life training list, that would be a great place to go as well. Okay. Yeah.
Can I just add something,
Sure,
Patricia?
please do.
A couple of things, actually. You mentioned Facebook. My Facebook page is at Heal Your Life Training. So be sure to check that out, because there's always things going on there with myself or with other workshop teachers and coaches. I want to mention the discount. I also want to give a shout out to Trish, because I know she has a lot of workshops coming up. As soon as the new year starts here, she's got some online, some online workshops. She's got short, I think a 3-hour teen workshop. She's got a 2-day in-person event. And so definitely get a hold of me, and I can direct you to how to contact Trish, or you can find workshop teachers and coaches on healyourlifeworkshops.com as well.
Yeah, why don't you post on the chat your Facebook group? And you also have a motivational quotes one that's really wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will put that into the chat here in just a moment. It's at the Facebook is at Heal Your Life Training,
Oh.
and the motivational.
Victoria, I'm going to stop you really quick and let you know I'm going to put it in for you.
Okay, thank you. Wonderful. And from that page, you can link into the group as well, which is very popular. It's motivational quotes and affirmations for inspiration. Everyone is just loving affirmations, and Louise has really had such a positive influence in the world with really making them mainstream, which is wonderful, and we get to carry that forward. I want to say, for those of you who are watching this webinar right now, I am offering a $200 discount off of the training. And so to get that, just send me a quick email, and I'll take it right off your registration. So instead of your registration being $12.95, your registration would then be $1,095. So shoot me off an email, and I will email you back an invoice with the discounted price of $1,095 for your registration. And then I just do a payment plan for the remainder of the balance. And so, we generally do 3 payments: February 15th, March 15th, April 15th, and then we meet in person on May 12th.
Yeah. And I will suggest, Victoria, for those people who are coming and are on the webinar from other countries, to check the exchange rate, because I know that in US dollars, your price is a whole lot less.
Yes.
It's a lot less. And also in euros and pounds, it's a lot less. So I would encourage people to go on xe.com and just look at what the exchange rate is, so they know exactly what it would be in their country's, currency.
Absolutely.
We're all at these different currencies these days.
Yes. And, I'm sad to say, when I travel, the exchange rate is pretty harsh, but it's really great for you all. I think people from the US save about 30%. So it is very significant.
Yeah. So Belinda's asking about the exchange rate. So again, all our countries have, if you're in Canada, then it's going to be the amount that Victoria said. But if you're in another country, then you want to go to the website xe.com and just find out what the cost is in your country's currency. I don't know that we would ever go to one currency worldwide with our 200 and something countries, but it is important that you can look that up and see what's there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is the licensing program with Hay House. And Hay House is where Louise started her publishing company, and also it continues today with Reed Tracy as the CEO. And her books there are just, I think she's got a total of maybe around 25, 30 books even, all kinds of wonderful inspiration. But what happened was, when Louise first approved the training, it was with a hug and a handshake. And that at that time was fine and very easy. But as time progressed, and especially as the internet and just online business things became stronger and stronger, it became more important to do something more official with Hay House. And so in 2009, the Hay House lawyer called us and said, look, we're going to be trademarking Heal Your Life, and you can heal your life. We know you've been training. We want to have you in as a licensing program with Hay House. And she told us all the benefits of that, which basically are that ourselves, Hay House, and our trainees are the ones who can use those trademarks, and others cannot use those trademarks legally. And so that's been a big benefit to the program. We also have a logo that's been trademarked worldwide, so you'll also get copies of that when you come to the training. So that licensing program is continuing since 2009. There is a cost to that per year, and that is $99 per year US. So again, it's different in different countries. Also for the US and Canada, Hay House required that we get a group insurance policy. So we have an excellent policy for personal and professional liability that's only $149. And some of our teachers had been paying like $350 before we got this group policy. So those are the two things that, you know, are ongoing afterwards. There's no additional charge for all this amazing support that you get from Victoria, and also the support that we provide from the overall business, which is Heart Inspired Presentations. You know, with we have a private Facebook group for you. We send out a Getting Started series, a Staying Motivated series, monthly emails to you, special promotions, all kinds of things that we do to help you again afterwards to, you know, go out and get your workshops going and your coaching going. So we're excited about the program. Again, the combination provides you with all those tools that you can just go right out and be out there with your program. If you've already got a a business going, this is a wonderful enhancement to that business because it gives you a lot more to offer and a lot more skills. I think I saw another question over here that I wanted to answer. So let me kind of look for that. Okay, Belinda asked about the workbook.
Okay, I think she might be asking for my personal workbook that I offer.
Oh,
So
okay.
first of all, let me just talk about Louise's workbook as well.
Okay.
So on my website, there's a pop-up that comes up that offers you a free workbook that I have put together that is based on Louise Hay's work. So go enjoy that, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm here for you. The second thing is Louise Hay's workbook. The paper format of that. You know, we work through a lot of that when we go through the training, when we go through the online training even. And, you know, just as a side note, let me encourage you to go ahead and work through that prior to the training and even to repeat it every year. It's just remarkable what continues to come up for us as we go deeper and deeper inside of ourselves.
Yeah. And let me just say that there are two versions of the workbook. Okay. There's a gift version that is called You Can Heal Your Life, the companion book. So Christy, you might want to type that in. And that one is a beautifully illustrated version. It is available as a Kindle, so you can download that one. The original paperback, which I have here somewhere because I've been working with it recently, and it looks like this, the You Can Heal Your Life workbook. This one is available in paperback, but it's not in a Kindle. And so you have to get the companion book if you want the Kindle version, which enables you to work through things, you know, yourself, just downloading stuff. So I encourage you to do that. We do have a 10-week study group that you get as a part of, and those are materials that you get as part of the program. It uses this workbook quite a bit. And Christy and I are just in the process of doing some major revisions to that. So when you come to the training in May, you will get a whole new version of the 10-week study group that has social media, all kinds of handouts. Anyway, you'll get a lot. So we're excited about the new revisions that we're doing to that particular material.
And let me just say that's a very popular online workshop as well. So many of the people who have taken my training then go on to start off with this 10-week group, especially because it can easily be done online. And it is not only profitable to them, but it gives them that great experience as a workshop teacher without starting with an in-person workshop. So it's a wonderful opportunity. And thank you for those upgrades. That's great to hear.
Yeah. And the other thing about the 10-week study group is that 9 of those 10-week sessions can actually be an individual 3-hour workshop all by itself. Mm-hmm. So there's a section on negative messages and using affirmations. There are individual sessions on health, prosperity, career and work, and relationships. and then other kinds of techniques that you can put together. So again, you leave with 14 different workshops that you can offer of varying lengths, which gives you a lot of flexibility in what you want to offer to adapt it to your lifestyle, the times that you have, and any existing business that you might have that you want to offer it to. Okay. Yeah.
Can I
And-
just mention one thing, Patricia?
Sure.
I want to address COVID because people
Okay, good.
often ask me what will happen if we can't have in-person events. And so currently I'm talking to the hotel looking for dates for September or October if we should have to postpone. And to just know that you're able to carry forward your deposit to the next training or the training after that. If that's not convenient for you, I will always work with you if I have to postpone the training for any reason for COVID not being held because of COVID with the training not being held in person. Everything is looking good here for in-person events right now, and we will just trust that life will continue to support us and everything will work out exactly as it should be.
And you absolutely provided a very safe environment for when Rick and I were there in October. I know in the hotel itself, we needed to wear a mask, but in the group, everyone had either been vaccinated or tested negative. And so you had a very safe bubble that was there in that beautiful conference room.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. All right, let me just see if Merlene and or Trish would like to add anything additional before we end. So let me just go to Merlene first and then Trish. Oh, Merlene, you're muted. Yes. Okay.
It's just so encouraging to hear all of the input here, because what I've experienced with this whole entire programs is that they're so comprehensive. They cover everything. And pardon me, excuse me, hoarse in my throat today. But it's just an ever expanding experience. And as you go forward in it, you will experience that. But the workshop is such a great start to begin with, to put people from all sorts of environments together, and all of us are better than one of us. And using the material just is quite fabulous. So
Thanks, Merlene. And you reminded me to add one more thing about the licensing. And that is, yes, it's $99 a year, but every year you get a free 3-hour workshop to offer, and that's worth at least $99.
Yeah.
So, there's a new one that you have that you get provided every single year. Yeah.
And let me just hop in with that and say that, what that means is that you get a script, you get your media marketing materials, you get since COVID, we've added in PowerPoint so we can help people lead online workshops. It's a tremendous value, because we want to make sure that everybody feels like all of our teachers have the opportunity to grow and to always be able to help their participants, their clients, also learn to grow.
And can I just say one more thing, that I have watched Victoria grow in her time with Heal Your Life, and what she offers is a platform for continued growth for others. She's just always available and provides such a wonderful and intensive opportunity to go forward from the workshop. So thank you for that, Victoria. You are a model.
Thank you. Absolutely. And I also want to acknowledge Christy again, because she has become our PowerPoint queen. So she's been doing all of our PowerPoints, and she's been doing a fabulous job putting those all together for the extra courses. Yeah. Thank you, Christy. All right, Trish.
Merlene, you took the words right out of my mouth about I just want to really encourage everybody that's listening to take this training. I have actually experienced it 3 separate times, and I love it every time. I believe in ongoing education, so I think it's really important for myself to just to go and take care of me too, and just to be up on all the training. It's certainly something you don't have to do, but I feel really blessed. I had the opportunity to be with Victoria and Merlene in October, and it was fabulous in Banff. It was wonderful. And Patricia as well. It was absolutely beautiful. And Victoria is amazing as a teacher. She's kind, she's compassionate, and she's just right on point. She's there for you, and she doesn't give up on you. She continues to be there for you after the training. So I have to say that is one thing that I think is absolutely fabulous, and I'm sure everybody appreciates it. And it's great. It's just great. It's a great tribe to be with.
Yeah. And I truly think that our program offers absolutely amazing follow-up for free. It's included in your training, and that's with Victoria and our other trainers worldwide. So, you get a really comprehensive program. Yeah. Hey, Victoria, closing words.
Well, closing words for me, I think I'm going to build on what Trish said here. But first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone for being on this call, for gathering more information. Thank you to all of the panelists. I want you all to know that this training is something that truly is life-changing. That is not an expression that I use lightly. This training that's coming up in May, I think there's 3 or 4 people who are redoing their training because it was such a great experience. They just want to come and do it again. And so do know that you will not regret being there, and that we will take very good care of you. Merlene, we call her my assistant, but really what she is my mentor and my spiritual mother, and you will adore working with her as well. She is an amazing, and as you can see, there is this wonderful worldwide team as well.
Mm-hmm.
The private Facebook group that you can go into is very supportive, that Patricia has set up for us worldwide as well with any of those questions. You're just never going to be alone, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you. You're just never going to be alone, and getting to meet people from all over the world. I forgot to mention Costa Rica and Puerto Rico. We have people coming from there at the May training as well. So we're very excited. As of this moment, there are 8 spots left. I am capping it off at 20 people because we want you to have that really deep and powerful one-on-one experience where you are working with every single person in the group and really getting to know them. And when we're going through the coaching techniques where you're able to go deep because you know this person, you have spent time over the last 5, 7, 8, 9 days really just developing this relationship, and you can practice being a coachee, you can practice being a coach, you can practice leading a workshop, all of these things, because we are such a tight and close and safe group. So I want to welcome you. Please do email me for more information. It is healyurlifecoach@gmail.com, and we will connect face-to-face just like this on Zoom.
And email Victoria to set up your deposit. I encourage you, because there's only 8 slots left, and it's not even 2022 yet. So those are going to fill up very quickly, I am sure. So thank you to all the panelists. Thank you, Victoria, for the amazing job you do as trainer. And I just want to remind everybody that is on the webinar with the real value of Louise's work. The bottom line, the foundation is loving yourself. And I don't know if very many people were ever told that growing up, but we want to tell you that it's okay to love yourself, and you are magnificent. And we welcome you into the Heal Your Life training and the Heal Your Life community worldwide. It's a fabulous, fabulous place to be. Okay, lots of love to everybody. Thank you for joining us, and let us know if you have any questions.